12 weeks of the year are gone. Can you believe it? Q1, blink, and you would have missed it. We are now in April. And this week for the Buyer's Guide, we are answering a build request from the channel where one of the gentlemen asked a couple of weeks ago actually for a 25,000 Rand build. And finally, I have time to deliver such build. So today we're going to be looking at, within 25,000 Rand budget, what you should be looking to buy off the Evetech store. And it's a good time to buy because of the Evetech specials. So without further ado, and gilding of any lilies, let's jump straight into it. Starting off with the upgrade kits. This is going to take the majority of our budget because we want some longevity from the space station, as it were. The core of your machine nowadays really does basically have a 5-year lifetime, especially if you buy the latest and greatest. I'm still on a 5900X and there's no real reason to upgrade except for Tarkov, where I need that 3D caching, or 5800X 3D. But that means my base platform now is over 3 years old and still throttling along absolutely perfectly. There's not a single game I can't play on it. So with that in mind, this is what we're going for over here. We're going to grab this Ryzen 5 7600X, but mostly we're looking at this motherboard. That's big consideration for this, and then the water cooling, because none of the 7000 series processors, even the 7950X, are going to blow the doors off of that bit of water cooling. The motherboard has enough power phasing that you're going to be able to put any of the CPUs on this. So later, if you want to get a 7800X 3D as an example, then you're just going to be able to slap that directly in there. And we're going with 32 gigs of the Kingston 5600 megahertz. Because it normally comes with a single 16 gig, we really want that dual channel. Dual channel increases the performance across the board by like 15 to 20%. So it's really a no-brainer, in all honesty. And then you've got a nice Core Liquid M240. I tested the previous generation of these and they were pretty good. So the second gen is probably going to be better. And then you can see here the improvements generation on generation for this chip, and even versus the Intel, it's going to do a fantastic job of its job. Then for GPUs, we're going with the RTX 4060. It's currently on special. This 8 gig card is absolutely fantastic. You can look at, I would say, from this, getting a 7700 XT would be the upgrade point from this, but the RX 7600 XT is a better budget gaming GPU, but this beats it by about 10% on average from our testing, especially on 2K. So this is a bit better for the future and for 2K gaming, and not just 1080p 60 FPS. And these cards basically use no wattage and create basically no heat. So even though this is a very, as you can see by the slot, a very small little GPU, it doesn't need a lot of cooling, and yeah, it's just gonna chortle away nicely inside the build. Then for storage, we're grabbing the current bang for buck king on Evetech, this Clevercraft C910 Lite. It's got a 5-year warranty, but most importantly, you can see from those read and write speeds, it's entry-level Gen 4. It's a Gen 4 NVMe, and so it's going to get you just under 5,000 megabytes per second, and then as a main drive for 1,100 Rand. It's really a no-brainer. If you want something a little bit more premium, you can look at this Corsair MP600 Elite. It's got a built-in heatsink as well, so you can maybe put it in the secondary slot and keep the main slot for something else with the heatsink. Just make sure that that second slot is also Gen 4 compatible. Otherwise, you're not going to get those 7,000 megahertz read and write speeds. You can just remove that cooler, or you can actually remove the cooler on this. It should just be like these two screws on the side and then detach, so you can use the motherboard's heatsink, which will probably be a bit better. But the fact that this comes fully heat synced, and I've tested the XT version of this, and its performance was right on the money with the quoted speeds. And lastly, for storage, if you just want something with extra space, then look no further than the Legend 900, the 2TB bang for buck king right now. It's got pretty much the best speeds and warranty for this price point. Then for PSU, right now on the Evetech store, the 750 watt gold fully modular is going at quite a good price. And the reason that I'm taking this over some of the others that have 850 watt gold and are slightly cheaper is because it's got double the warranty period. We'll say on the RM series does give an exceptionally long warranty, and if it fails, they'll probably swap you out with a current edition or give you a full refund, which is not a bad thing. I think we'll all agree, for 10 years worth of powers provision. And honestly, even if you were going to upgrade your graphics card to like a 4080 even, it'll run on this absolutely no problems. Now for cases, we have quite a lot of options, honestly, to house all of these components. The Fractal Design Focus 2 is a pretty good bang for buck option. It does look quite nice. It's got the full mesh front, which is what's most important to me, honestly, when I'm looking at a case. So airflow and stuff on that is going to be pretty good. We then have the Corsair 3000D, which is exactly the same kind of effect. It just looks a little bit different. Is a little bit more on the more expensive end, but they are very clean and nice looking. You then have the GT301, which is also very nice from Asus. I have personally built in a couple of these, and one of them for one of my best mates. So I would allow even one of my best friends to build their machine inside of this PC or inside of this case. Then you know it's going to be good. I ain't gonna steer anybody wrong on that front, let me tell you. But honestly, the ones that I would see you look at are the deep cores. This CK560 is incredibly good bang for buck at 1699. It comes with 4 fans, 3 RGB up front, full mesh front as well, and a GPU sag bracket. But the new version of this, the CH560, this sucker over here, these are 3 140s, and this is what I've added to the build. For case and PSU, I don't really like to underquote or underspec because these are components that are going to be with you for a very long time. If you get the right case, it's going to sit with you for maybe 10 years. And this is, I would say, the right case. Like I said, it's got a GPU sag bracket over there. It's got space for 360 more water cooling up front. You can see the 3 140s up front with the full mesh. But this little side piece over here is also mesh. And the reason they've done that is so that the GPU itself can pull in. They should actually have a picture you can see over here. The intention of this, and it should work and do exactly that. The fact that the GPU, that whole section at the back there that would normally be hard glass, is now mesh. So it's going to be able to suck in fresh air into that graphics card, and the front is going to provide some push, like some just general forced air through the build. And so then you've got your airflow set up just that much better, and just more airflow, bigger fans. Just it's as simple as bigger fan, more airflow. That's as simple as it's going to be. And the deep core FK120s are some of the best 120s that I've ever tested. And so yeah, they the 140mm versions of these are just going to be that much better. Now, that's if you want RGB and stuff, that's one I would suggest. Or you could be like me and you can get the CH510 mesh digital. This is what I currently use. I absolutely love this case. The only thing that would have made me consider the other case was if I didn't have my own fans, but I had really, really good fans to put into this build. So I've got 3 120s up front with my 280mm water cooling up top, and then a 120 out the back. So, and it works exceptionally well. My GPU right now is rendering, is actually doing the recording and streaming of this. It's sitting at a healthy 49 degrees. So yeah, I very, very rarely see 60 degrees. And when I tested this, it gave me slightly better results than open air testing. It's because you can see right through this case. The mesh and stuff is so clear on this. So it's just nice. It's got the little digital readout up top, but the actual performance of this case is exceptional. And you will need, however, to get fans because it doesn't come with fans. It's only got the 120mm at the back. So to that end, Uncle Evetech has an exceptional amount of fans that you could put into your build over here. The ones that I would in general suggest, the ones that I've used that I know are very good. The Cougar MHPs are there. They do come in a 3-fan pack. If you just scroll down here a little bit to those 3-fan packs. The Fractal Design aspects would also be good. I've used them with their water cooling. They were exceptionally good, and they come with a 12 and then a 140. You can see how the 14s are 140mm. You've got the Cougar Vortex, which is basically the MHPs just with some LED on them. Those are also very good. The RF120s are a little bit more entry level, bang for buck. I mean, it's a 5-in-1 pack over there. So if you want to do air cooling, I mean, you've got the water cooler, which is going to go up top, right? So you can outfit all the other bays with this set over here. But in general, I would see you get like the MHP 120s, which are exceptional. The Fusions were also pretty good from Antec. If you like the way those look, you're not going to be wanting over there in performance. And then the last ones that I wanted to suggest to you, I think were those. I don't see the FK120s. Oh, they were only open box. I think they were waiting for them to come back into stock, but the FK120s are going to be exceptional as for your intake. There's 3-in-1 on that pack. And that brings us to our final card. So with the components that I would suggest you take, we get to 23,500. Now that does leave a little bit of headroom. So if you want to do extra storage, if you want to upgrade the cooling, not that you would with a CH560, but yeah, this is what your final card looks like. So you got 32 gigs of RAM here, that very nice MSI Pro B650S with the water cooling as well, all nice and matched and homogeneous MSI with MSI, which is kind of cool. You got your deep cool case. This case is just exceptional. You got an exceptional power supply over here. You've got a really nice bang for buck 1 TB NVMe and that 4060. And that, like I said, brings the whole card to 23,500. So you've got some wiggle room. You got a bit of space to put in something different. You can add GPU if that's within your budget, but that would be the best base I would suggest that you look at for about 25,000 Rand. If you're going to cut back anything on this to bring it lower for your budget, I would say get an RX 7600. Just bang for buck on that is exceptional. And right now they are 5,999 on the store. So it's going to save you 1,500. It's going to pull that build price down to about 22K. And then with 22K, you can play any game you could imagine on 1080p 60 absolutely maxed out. And it's kind of sick that you can still get a PC for around 20K or pushing it a bit more to 25 to get this will game stream, do anything you can imagine. Esports games and titles will absolutely eat them up. Anywho, that's all I have for you on this 25,000 Rand build. If you have enjoyed it, please hit us up with a like and subscribe. If there's anything you would like to see in the buyer's guide, let me know in the comments down below. Until then, hope you guys stay safe, keep well, and I will see you on the flip side.